So this is the existing stereo that's in the Hilux, and so it does fit with the dash and the overall look of the vehicle itself. It's just that it's a bit dated, so I guess for like 2016, yeah, you kind of expect a little bit more. Yeah, I mean it has Bluetooth and, you know, auxiliary and all that sort of good stuff, so yeah, it's got some features, but it is missing, you know, maps, all the other sort of features and functionality which you get when you get CarPlay. So this is the kit. Basically comes with everything you need. A small booklet. You've got the module itself, and most importantly, you've got this harness here. And this basically suits, you know, a few different models, and what we're going to be doing is essentially the wiring that goes to the stereo unit, we're going to be interrupting it with this harness here, which then in turn plugs into the module, and then that basically hijacks the signal that goes to the screen, the factory screen. Also in the kit, cables for your camera if you've got like an aftermarket camera, and a Wi-Fi antenna as well, which you can why is that bird so noisy? Alright, so we'll go put it in. First thing we need to do is we need to remove a screw here and a screw here. So next we need to remove that this instrument cluster here, so I'll key off. Really need that on, and then we're just going to basically pull this out. There we go, got that out. So now we've got that cluster bezel out, now we have access to pull this trim off here. Take a firm grip on this one here and give it a good and that just comes up. Might as well remove the whole thing. And these are just held on by these clips. And the next part is removing this cluster down here. You just give it a bit of a pull and it just comes loose. Once you've done that, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts which need to be removed. You have to take your time with that one because you don't want to drop them into the innards of the dash and never see them ever again. Remove this section here, and that's just simply pulling it out. Once you've done that, you should have access to just basically pull this loose and get access to the rear of the stereo, which we have here. Next, we unplug each of these connectors and remove the whole assembly. There we have it. So here we have the plugs into the back of the stereo on the loom, and then in turn the factory loom is going to plug into here, that one right there. Next we're going to plug in this one, essentially tapping into the loom. Now that we've got those plugged into the factory unit, we then plug this harness into the module, and then this one here also into the module as well. So just a better view, we have the harness plugged in into the ports on the rear of the factory stereo, and we go down, so this loom goes to the module. Module has the camera, optional camera and USB plugged in, and we've got our Wi-Fi plugged in as well. So basically when we put this back in, we're going to plug the factory loom into the back, into these connectors here, and then we'll hide this away and secure it before we put everything back together. So now we're going to plug these into the harness, and then before we put it all back together, we want to make sure that this loom here this loom here loops through underneath there and then into the space here where we can work. Basically, I'm just putting the module through and bringing it out on the side here, just so we can actually push everything back in place. And then once everything's back in place, we can then secure that module. Okay, so now that we've got all these plugged in, we're just going to sort of push these connectors back and then just slowly work it back in, making sure that you're not crimping any of the that new loom or any of the existing factory loom. So while we've got this open, what we're going to do is just remove one of these from the back. You have to press down on that top tab and just sort of pull it out. We're going to remove that, and the reason is, so we want to get access to the USB for the module. And so what we're going to do is we're going to machine a bit of a slot here and put a USB extension in there so we can connect directly in there, either with a, say if you wanted to put a USB stick, or if you wanted to hook directly in with your phone via the cord. So we'll take that out for now.
Pairing of the device is pretty straightforward. Just open your Bluetooth settings in your phone and find the car BT device. Hit pair, follow the on-screen prompts and allow CarPlay. It's that easy.
So after connecting to the unit via Bluetooth and cycling the power, basically it started up straight away into CarPlay. So we'll turn it off. Right, so now we want to put this unit back into the space here. So there is a cavity up here which we're going to put it into. We want to really secure it in place, so I'll be using cable ties. And the reason is we don't want to sort of just have this shaking around while we're driving or anything. We don't want to cause any damage to the unit, but more importantly, we don't want any sort of rattles or anything like that weren't there before. So we'll secure up this cable to start off with. We'll just find a nice space for that. So I'll be securing the module up under this point here, and that's going to be well out of the way of these control sort of wires and things like that once it's in place. So we're just going to get that in there as tight as possible, and then cable tie it. Okay, so that's now nice and secure in there. We've got some cable ties in there in place. It's not sort of moving around or anything. It's nice and secure, which is exactly what we want. And we're not sort of fouling on any of the factory cables or anything like that, so we're not really sort of doing any damage. So we'll put all the stuff back and then start reassembling the dash. For the Wi-Fi aerial, all I do is just peel it off, just ran it through the cavity behind here, and I'm just going to stick it up under here where it's safely out of the way.
Okay, so I've been using it for about a week now and it works pretty seamlessly. It's not too bad. So we key on and wait for the stereo to start up. It's car ABC, that's the module. It'll make a connection with my phone very shortly. And then it's into CarPlay. So pretty seamless actually. And it's got all the features of CarPlay, so you've got maps and all that sort of good stuff. So to switch back to the car radio, normal car radio, we just use that little voice button there. So I'll hold that down, and then it flicks back to normal radio, go back to audio, and then we're back back in basically the normal radio. If I want to flip back, just hold that button down.
What? Exiting voice control.
And then we're back into CarPlay.
What I like about it is that it does use the existing screen, which means I don't have to get a smaller sort of, you know, standard double DIN which goes in that space. I think it'll maybe look a little bit sort of, I don't know, for want of a better word, a bit cheesy. I think anyone with even just a small amount of mechanical aptitude could put it in probably, you know, 40 minutes to an hour, I guess you can say. It's pretty easy. There's no soldering or anything like that you need to do. It's all plug and play. Sort of downside, very minor downside, you know, the screen itself isn't sort of, you know, really ultra high definition, but that's the hardware itself. That's the actual screen. It's no fault of the actual module or anything, but it's good enough. You know, it's good enough for what you need to do. So would I recommend it? Yep, I'd recommend it. I think it works really well. Very simple for the money. You know, $150 or whatever it costs. I think it's well worth it.